To Saudi Arabia. Actually, should I do the beginning of the Arabic? What do you think? We've seen this now like 3 times. Am I going too long? Yeah.
But this shows the picture of the workplace.
I will. This is a photograph that really is about all of us. There's a massive act of migration taking place yet again today throughout Europe.
هاي الصورة بتوقع إنها بتحكي عنا كلنا وفي هجرة بتصير هلأ في أوروبا.
Over 1 million of our brothers and sisters from Syria, Iran, Bangladesh, Afghanistan are in the largest act of migration since the end of World War I.
أكثر من 1,000,000 شخص من سوريا وأفغانستان وغيرها بيضطروا يهاجروا برا بلدهم بعد الحرب العالمية الأولى.
And you think, well, how did they get to Turkey? Did they just all magically appear in Turkey?
بجوز انتوا بتفكروا إنه كيف وصلوا تركيا؟ هيك يعني سحر؟
No, they walked there. They took buses there. They hitchhiked. Some even took airplanes.
لا مشوا وأخذوا باصات وتسلقوا جبال وكم من حدا أخذ طيارات.
In Djibouti, at the Red Sea, hundreds every night come out with their mobile phones and a SIM card that they get in the black market, a SIM card from Somalia, and do what is called an act of catching, putting their phone in the air, and if they're lucky enough, catching a mobile phone signal to speak to their loved ones back home. Djibouti.
في جيبوتي الكثير من الناس زي ما انتم شايفين بيشتروا شريحة من المولات أو الأسواق وبيروحوا بيرفعوا تلفوناتهم أعلى ما عندهم عشان يقدروا يحكوا مع حبايبهم وعائلتهم في أماكن أخرى.
And these are people from Somalia and Somaliland connecting to their loved ones as they are in the act of migration, trying to leave Africa for a better life after, a better life in another part of the world.
هدول ناس هم في صوماليا بيحاولوا يحكوا مع أهلهم وأحبابهم على أساس إنه يشوفوا وين بيقدروا يروحوا محل يعيشوا حياتهم ويشوفوا الأحسن إلهم.
And so really this is a photograph of all of us as we stand at the crossroads of our collective humanity, needing to ask ourselves, where are we going? And what does it really mean to be fellow human beings on the planet today?
وهاي الصورة فعلا بتحكي عنا كلنا. وين إحنا رايحين وشو يعني إحنا نكون عايشين لهلا مع بعض.
So really I was photographing myself. I was photographing you with the bag on your leg. This fine gentleman over here with nice sneakers and white shoelaces. The woman over there on her phone. I was photographing all of us.
فعلا أنا كنت أصور حالي وكنت أصورك وأصورك ونصور الجميع.
So I can show you more pictures and more pictures and more pictures, but enough is enough. I do want to show you a little bit about what we do on an assignment. This is...
Okay, I just want to
Sure.
say something. Okay. طبعا اللي شفتوا له حتى الساعة هو حكى عن أعماله في كل أنحاء العالم. شفتوا كيف التصوير كمان غير، بس أهم شيء عندي بالنسبة لموضوع اللي رايح يحكي عنه هسه هو اللي هو behind the scenes. Behind the scenes المقصود إنه أنا لما بدي أجي أصور، بدي أبلش في المشروع، بدي أصور في المشروع، كيف الأشياء أو الاستعدادات اللي أنا رايح أحكي عنها. فهاي الأهم إنكم هاي الصورة مش عاملين تشوفوها في كل محل. الصورة الثانية تبعتها بتقدروا تفوتوا على الإنترنت تشوفوها، بس هاي المهم بالنسبة this is the most important thing for you to know. Okay, behind the scenes, how a professional photographer starts on a project or start dealing with taking photography. Okay?
So this is, I don't work in an office.
أنا ما بشتغل بمكتب.
The office is the streets.
مكتبي هو الشارع.
I spent 1 month living in the old city in the Hebron hostel.
أنا قضيت شهر عايش في البلدة القديمة.
I never felt more welcomed, and I spent 1 month walking around the old city of Jerusalem.
ما عمري حسيت أكتر إني أنا مرحب فيا هون، وضليت طول هذا الشهر أمشي في شوارع البلدة القديمة.
Because the streets, for that story, was my office.
لأن الشوارع هناك كان هو المكتب تاعي.
And it is the streets of all of us, and on those streets you see the most amazing, beautiful things taking place if you only stop to look.
وفي الشوارع كلها بتشوف أحلى الأشياء اللي ممكن تصير، بس لازم توقف وتشوف.
This is me in India working on a story about malaria.
هاد أنا في الهند بشتغل على قصة عن الملاريا، مرض الملاريا.
This is in Indonesia where I used to live. I love sound and music and recordings. I do a lot of field recordings. This is me making a recording of a gamelan band.
هاد في إندونيسيا أنا كتير بحب الموسيقى، وهون تقدر تشوفوا إنه أنا بسجل في الصوت اللي بيطلع من هاي.
I get stuck in the mud a lot. You have to get your shoes dirty and don't worry about it because you can wash them.
أنا كتير بوسخ بوتي خصوصاً لأني بعلق في الطينة، ولا يعني لازم ما تهتموش.
I often like to do the labor of what people are doing to understand what it means, in this case, to pick rice. So I put my camera down and I picked rice.
بحب أشتغل مع الناس اللي بصورهم عشان أحس بشعورهم، فهون أنا كنت رز.
When I was working on that food story with that man cutting down the harvesting the corn, I wanted to know what it's like to try to provide food to the whole world.
يوم كنت أشتغل مع الزلمة اللي كان بيزرع ذرة، حبيت أشوف كيف الشعور إنه أنا بعطي أكل لكل العالم.
In India, I wanted to know what it's like to have to do laundry by hand, hitting it against a rock for hours each day.
في الهند حبيت أشوف كيف هم بيغسلوا أواعيهم، وكانوا يخبطوا الأواعي لساعات وساعات على حجر.
In many ways, this is the only way I can understand what it's like to be anyone else.
وهي هي الطريقة الوحيدة اللي أنا بقدر أفهم فيها كيف تكون شخص تاني.
So it's really nice sometimes I don't expect everyone to do laundry, or if you see a person pulling a big heavy thing through the old city of Jerusalem to say, oh my gosh, I can't take that picture. I have to pull that 500 kg myself and only then can I understand it. No, but give humility and give some understanding so that you can understand that person's labor.
مش يعني كل ما بتشوف حدا بيسوي إشي تروح تحكي خليني أروح أسوي معه أو أسوي بداله. لا، هي بتفهم الإشي، يعني بتعطي حالك فرص عشان تفهم كيف الناس بيعيشوا وبحسوا.
I did hanging out in hot springs in Japan.
هاد في اليابان في إيش بيحكوا لهم؟ ينابيع حار.
In Bangladesh, I love getting street barber shaves, but they really like to, for some reason, shave your forehead in Bangladesh. Yeah, everybody needs a good, not the women, don't worry about it, but the guys, you've got to get your forehead shaved, yes. I even work when I'm injured, in this case, with my arm disconnected from my shoulder.
مرات بحب أشتغل حتى وأنا مصاب، هون إيدي كانت مفصولة عن كتفي.
And I still have those pants. I still use these pants. I don't care that they're dirty because I can wash them.
هو لسه عنده هذا البنطلون وبستعمله.
I actually almost brought those pants on this trip, but I thought it was going to be too cold.
كان رح يجيب البنطلون معه بس فكر إنه الدنيا رح تكون ساقعة فما قدر.
In Papua New Guinea, I'm given a gift. If I go to your home, maybe you're in Arab hospitality, you have one of the most kindest hospitalities on earth. You will give me maybe something, maybe small. In Papua New Guinea, you get 3-meter sticks of sugarcane that you cannot say no to, and you have to somehow kindly accept it and take it with you.
What is it called?
Sugarcane.
No,
Oh, Papua New Guinea.
New Guinea. في نيوجينيا عشانك ضيف هناك بعطوك قصب سكر طوله 3 متر وما بتقدرش تحكي لهم لا.
In Ethiopia, I set up an office in a place where there isn't any electricity for hundreds of kilometers.
في اثيوبيا سويت مكتب في مكان فيش فيه كهرباء.
And here in Jerusalem, right down the road, if you're hanging out with a guy who acts like Jesus, I'm hanging out with Jesus. I got to take a picture of me and Jesus. How often do you hang out with Jesus?
هون في القدس هاي لورا شوي كان في زلمه مسوي حاله المسيح السيد المسيح فانا كنت يعني قاعد معه مبسوط.
And in the northern part of the country, in Haifa, in the Carmel Caves, where our first humanity's neighborhood was 30,000 years ago, I'm kind of no different than I am the other guy 30,000 years ago. He's breaking rocks in order to build something, and I'm breaking rocks with my cameras. And yeah, we kind of look alike.
هون في حيفا حاطين تمثال لرجل من آلاف السنين لورا. هون بيحكي انه هم مش كتير يعني بعاد عن بعض. هو بكسر حجار وجون بيكسر في الكاميرات تاعهم.
So that's just a little bit of the behind the scenes. I could show you even more. I mean, I could go. Here's a quickie. Photos, let's get images. Yeah, so like enough about me. But if you're interested when you're talking, you know, in volcanoes, another photograph of in the water. You know, what's really fun is to do shadows, photographing. You know, people do selfies, right? Everybody do selfies. We've been doing selfies for a long time. You can do a selfie shadow. This is in Brazil. I loved, again, this is maybe a man thing, but I love getting street shades. I don't cut my hair, I'm really lazy. This is not about a style. I'm growing my hair to donate it to make wigs. But it's, there's always a place to make a selfie. There's always a place to make a selfie. Another selfie. In China, in a meat plant.
خلاص اضوي.
خلاص. So anyways, so you know, there's lots of things I can share. I really want to know about you. I want to know what you're about. I want to learn from you. I want to share ideas. It doesn't always have to be like crazy conflict, explosions everywhere. There's beauty everywhere here.
اوكي. في هاي المرحلة جون بعد ما فرجانا الصور تبعته حكى لكم عن موضوع كيف الواحد بيشتغل وشفتوا اهم شيء بموضوع الصور اللي هي behind the scenes من وراء عملية التصوير. كيف موضوع التحضير للتصوير، كيف انتبهوا كيف انه حتى لو ايده مكسوره حتى وعين مبلله مش بيروح يوم على موقع معين باخذ الصور. John, with your permission, I want you to speak about.
You can tell me what I should be talking about.
This is what I'm doing.
Thank you.
So, for me, and also for most of my students, documentary photography is the most important thing for us in these days. I want you to talk about when you start dealing with a project. What is the things that you start with when you, for example...
Give me an example,
yes,
and then I'll give you a part, and then we'll choose
I'll give you an example
in the crowd right here,
yes.
And then I want her opinion too.
Okay. I will give you an example, okay? If I am your editor, and I'm telling you, okay, John, I want you to go to Greece, okay, to cover the immigrants, the refugee problem. So, here's your tickets, start working in this project. What is the things that you have to do?
Well, thankfully,
سألته قلت له أنا المحرر تبعك، أنا بدي أبعثك اليوم عشان تغطي موضوع اللاجئين في اليونان، شو الأشياء اللي أنت بدك تسويها؟
First of all, I read a lot in the newspaper, so I'm aware of what's happening.
بقرأ من الصحف عن الموضوع.
The newspaper is like my school textbook. Every day, a new textbook is published.
في الصحف دائما في عنده معلومات جديدة عن اللي بيصير.
I even look on this self-publishing platform we call Instagram.
طلع كمان على موضوع الانستغرام كل واحد بشكل شخصي شو بنشر على الموضوع.
And hashtags are keywords.
بدور على هاشتاج وكيوردز يعني كلمات اللي مربوطة في الموضوع هذا.
When you put a hashtag in any of your photographs that you publish, the hashtag just tells the computer system that I can find this word refugee, or I can find this word coffee, or I can find this word friend.
لما بكتب الهاشتاج بكتب كلمة ريفيجي اللي هي اللاجئين، فهو بياخذ على عدة مواقع اللي هي مربوطة أو أي معلومات موجودة عن اللي بده يشتغل.
We now have access to the world's largest database of the world around us.
في عنا اليوم في عنا إمكانية إنه إحنا نفوت على أكثر محل اللي فيه معلومات. صبايا هدوء صبايا.
And unless you never heard of a phone that also has a camera in it, you most likely are in that world's database publishing yourself.
حتى عن طريق التليفون أنت بالكاميرا تبعتك أنت موجود في مركز المعلومات هي اللي أنت مكشوف له.
So I did cover the refugee crisis 1.5 months ago, and I went to Turkey and Greece. And before going, I was reading, of course, but I spent a lot of time in Instagram searching that incredible database.
طبعا انه هو كان في قبل شهر ونص في اليونان وغطى الموضوع هذا، وكمان مره بيرجع على ذكره انه على موضوع البحث في الانستغرام وكشف المعلومات.
And I learned where do most of the refugees arrive in.
وهيك تعلمت او عرفت وين بيصلوا اللاجئين.
Where are they leaving from?
من وين بيطلعوا؟
How did they get there?
كيف وصلوا لهنا؟
Greece has hundreds of islands.
اليونان عندها مئات من الجزر.
And all the refugees are not just arriving at a port, they are arriving at countless islands across the country.
اللاجئين بيصلوا مش على مرافق او موانئ، انما بيصلوا على شواطئ وسواحل على كل هالجزر.
You also call friends. You know people, nobody's going to bite you. You email them or call them too.
تقدر تتصل فيهم، في ناس اصحابك في هالجزر، ناس معارف لإلك.
And so that's kind of all that I do, because my most important thing is to go, and the lack of a better way of putting it, is to embrace the enormity or the simplicity that's happening right in front of me.
واهم شيء بالنسبه له او ابسط شيء بالنسبه له انه يروح على الموقع هناك ويشوف الشيء بعينه ويلمس الامور على حقيقتها يعني بشكل بسيط.
I don't have ever any agenda.
فيش عندي جدول اعمال.
I have a point of view because I'm a fellow human being. I have a point of view because I'm a fellow human being.
في عندي طبعا وجهة نظر في الموضوع لأنه كمان أنا إنسان.
But I'm interested in indisputable truth.
I don't know what's indisputable.
I am interested in that which is truth.
Okay. طبعا اللي أهم شيء بالنسبة له هو الحقيقة المرة أو الحقيقة الواقعية.
And one thing I would suggest all of you to do when you go out, you have cameras. I use this a lot.
استخدم الآيفون كثير.
Is to go out on your streets. You all live here around the old city in East Jerusalem? Okay. Wherever you live. Go out and get lost.
اطلعوا وضيعوا.
And in the process, find yourself.
من خلال هالعملية ابحثوا عن نفسكم.
And find the narrative of the story.
وابحثوا عن القصة في قصتكم هاي.
Because it's only by opening up, by letting yourself go,
لأنه بس عن طريق الانفتاح
that you actually begin to see the world for what it is.
عن طريق الانفتاح تقدر تشوف العالم زي ما هو.
Removing preconceived notions and ideas.